Welcome to another episode of the Art Bros, brought to you by me, Mike, Patrick, and Fancy Dave.
Hey.
Yes,
guys. Hi. Good to see you guys again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't see each other. You know that.
Okay, don't tell them. Okay.
Oops! I mean, we see each other.
You're blind.
Yes, no, guys. We're actually doing this thing through Skype. So it's still cool. Technology is amazing. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about Christina's World.
Yes.
Patrick.
I'll just start out with some pretty basic stuff, with some generic. It's done by Andrew Wyeth, and he is one of the few painters of the Wyeth family. Big painters of big family of painters.
Yeah, so I've heard. Don't they have like a big museum?
Yeah. The museum's not too far from where we're at. It's about like a 3-hour drive, but it's a museum, dedicated to that family. But a lot of it is NC Wyeth work, and he's the dude who did like all the Treasure Island paintings and all that.
Oh, that's cool.
He did like a shit ton of paintings in a really small amount of time. But anyway, we're not here to talk about NC.
We're talking about Andy.
We talk about Andy, big man Andy. You know,
Yeah.
All right. So the piece that we're gonna be talking about today is Christina's World, and it's a painting done in 1948, and it's tempera on a Gestalt panel. I believe that's how you
tempera.
Gessoed. Tempera. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
isn't that like using egg or something like that?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Egg tempera and tempura, they're on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But tempera is pretty much not something that you see big paintings, or at least decent-sized paintings made of. Most of them are oil and canvas.
Yeah, from what I understand from tempera is it's pretty hard to control, actually.
It really is, yeah. It's so fluid. It's really thin, and especially like it's not made to last. Honestly, that's why a lot of like frescoes from like the Renaissance era and a little before that are made from tempera, and they're like always chipping and stuff. They need constant care. So to make a painting like that is kind of like it's a choice you have to make.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but it actually came out really good looking here.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like big paintings go, this is a decent size because it's like 32 by 48 inches, about that.
Oh, wow.
So it's a decent
that
size, and it's in the MoMA in the city, so it's pretty convenient for us. We're in a good spot.
Yes.
But this piece is probably my favorite thing in the MoMA ever. Because when I grew up in Florida, and a family friend had a copy of this painting in their like living room or something like that.
They had the actual painting.
They were art thieves. They were like
the art thieves.
They were churchgoers by day, art thieves by night.
Was your neighbor George Clooney?
He's a cool guy. He's really nice. He's kind of a dick though. So anyway. No, so growing up and just like gawking at this really nice painting that's like kind of creepy at the same time growing up, then to move to New York and get the chance to see it, I think I've seen it 5 times now in person, so it's just awesome. It's just awesome. And do you guys know about the backstory behind this painting?
A little bit.
All right. Well, if you don't know it thoroughly, buckle up, because I'm about to get educational all over on your buttholes. All right, so pretty much the woman in the painting, her name is Christina, hence Christina's World, and her last name is Olson. So Christina Olson, you put those two together, 1 + 1 = 2, and you get Christina Olson. And pretty much this was Aunt Andrew's neighbor, and she was a paraplegic. So she was very restricted to the boundaries of her house. And they lived in this like pretty like vast open like wheat field, or as you can see, like the paintings,
some kind of thing.
It's pretty barren, but this is probably pretty close to as far as she could go out. So this was her world. Like there's like this really restricted area. She could barely go out, and it's like, she would crawl out on her knees, and just like she would almost like just pretty much lay in the field. And I know Andrew has done more than one painting of Christina as well. Mm-hmm. Like there's this other painting when she's looking out, she's like sitting on the doorstep of a doorway and she's looking out. But I mean, overall, like going back to how hard this type of medium is to control, Like they're so like it's so well done, you know, because it's like all that scratch work to get like the texture of the grass and all that, and it's just like the small details, like how dirty her hands are from crawling and all that. It's just it's just so eerie, you know.
I had no idea that the person in this painting. First of all, I had no idea they were a real person. But the fact when you mention that they're paraplegic, that completely
changes your perception of this.
Changes the perception.
No, it's so. Oh man, there's so.
No, man. She lost her nickel.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wait, no.
It's either that or she's trying to role play as a slug.
Oh, or that easily. Like, damn it, Christina, you're not a slug.
No, but seriously, like the world that I create when I see this completely breaks down, and this horrible life fact just takes over.
Mm-hmm. It's just the beauty. It's just the beauty of narrative. That's what I love about this.
So it's so like beautifully morbid.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like it's so, like I'm a pretty big fan of Dutch paintings and all that. When you show like just a bunch of like just a lot of the sky, and you look at this, and it's just like 90% of this painting is just the opposite. It's all land, but it's just like it's so nice. The perspective is so like I don't know. It's just it's nice like how she's peering over at her house, you know, because that's like her home base, and she'll have to return to her home base someday.
Yeah. When you look at the other painting of Christina Olson, she's just sitting on her doorstep. It's like very dignified. You know, it's like you would never be able to tell that this is a paraplegic. Kind of like those portraits of FDR. You know, FDR had polio, but if you look at those portraits, you would never tell. It's really like the artist's choice to pick the way to actually put her in the situation that some of us have never been in. Hopefully, we will never be in. So, and the fact that we're looking from behind.
Actually, the person in the painting isn't actually Christina Olson.
Don't say that. Oh, don't say that. Who is it?
Well, Wyeth's. Andrew Wyeth met his wife Betsy when he also met Christina Olson. It's actually his wife Betsy that's the model in the painting.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you just ruined it for Patrick.
Are you serious?
Man.
Is she even a paraplegic?
No.
What?
Okay, Pat, but that doesn't take away anything.
Oh my
gosh. Pat, that doesn't take away anything, though. It doesn't. It's still a powerful piece.
It is,
especially
pretty powerful.
if it's about Christina.
Yeah,
that's all that.
I think Christina Olson was around 50-something when this painting was made, actually.
Oh man, this is just crushing my heart.
Does Patrick just have a fetish for paraplegic women?
Fuck you, Dave. God dang it. Alright, I mean, that's good to know, because now I won't make an ass out of myself for, like, when I'm talking about this. I still like this painting.
It's a good painting.
I'm still gonna think she's Christina, though. Because that's where it belongs in my heart.
Fancy, what do you take out of all this?
Out of all this?
Yeah, this painting.
It's either really depressing or very calm.
Yeah.
So I'm a little ambivalent as to what I feel about it.
Really neutral colors. You know, like the most highlighted colors is the color of the dress.
Yeah, it's very it's pretty toned. It's a lot of muted colors, which are really interesting. That give it kind of like that deprivation.
Would you say drab?
Drab.
Drab.
If you look at the other painting, when she's looking at the doorway, the grass. I mean, it was probably done in a different season, but the plantation outside is very lush. Like there's like a strong sense of green, and here you just have like a brown palette. So it's just I don't know. It definitely it's definitely like a testament to that whole like deadish
prairie life. It's prairie life too.
Yeah.
Patrick, just quickly talk about why you love it. Why it's your favorite.
Well, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, how like I grew up around this painting, but overall, I like as an artist, I kind of feel like composition is such an important aspect when considering a first impression of a painting. If you don't have a good first impression or a good composition, your painting's just not going to catch the eye. But that's what I really love about it. There's so much like connectivity from the subject and to the houses and all that. It almost creates like a I almost want to say a triangle, because you go from her to the house to the other little house, then back to her. And,
yeah, that's linear perspective.
Right, and then and as far as texture goes and all that, and brushwork, it's really just, it's really solid. It's really solid.
So, final thoughts, guys?
Final thoughts. Now that I'm looking on this, the tempera, it's gotta. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but it's a fragile medium. It's hard to work with. Could this have been a conscious choice because of the subject matter, because of the person? I'm seeing a relationship between his choice of tempera and choice of subject matter. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm double checking on who she is in it, and it says the torso is Betsy.
Okay. You know, don't question Fancy Dave.
I'm
what he says.
I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Okay, so we're definitely so there's Christina in there somewhere.
I've already said my stuff. I can't talk about this piece anymore because I'll just repeat myself.
Okay, he's breaking out.
Okay, guys. No.
All right, so I guess this is us signing out.
Yeah.
All right, so people subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and we'll continue to make more episodes.
Word. All right, guys. So peace out. See you guys next time on what?
Wait, what was I breaking out?
Yes.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I can't control it.
Don't worry. Yeah, I know, guys. Sorry about that, but we'll see you next time.
All right.
Peace out.
Bye.